me that's okay now sakra me move into my main issue no about Pedri ne say wine pan or say Iniesta na say Xavi no. I think say looking at Pedri game no. Ne ball no et say ono na more of a controller to say Xavi. But we do the final third now or that Iniesta vibe ne kakra ewo. But ne ball no body say as a controller no. On say Pedri nanka so see so no. Player no hwe ne ball pa Iniesta. Ana mostly na or pretty one anymore. By currently the ball now Yemanebo saying as a central midfielder or control game the ball near more of a Xavi type maybe as a controller. But do the final third and when ya say Iniesta vibe in the kakra so mimi want to say a Xavi type maybe no. Oh, there be a yes also by the ball so a controller. And a Xavi is a controller. And yes, or mobile by the obeying who do you send? Obama say Xavi DNA won't say omina controllers. Yeah. Omina controllers. But Xavi ni yesterday omi top guys so. Omi top guys. Can we move on to me a main issue? Oko Real Madrid says here report be about say almost say and here na Dinhausen went to me and recover in time for the El Clasico. Nyame adoma ebeba so. That's what because look Manchester say asensu. That's what you about Marco Asensu ne. Marco Asensu ne Militao. Oh, that was today. But I would say almost say want me anya fit in time either say Asensu ne ba be replace ne na chese on Militao abo. Na Madrid mpanyimfo decide say omon pese ombe riske Dinhausen na omo apre omo ho amana ba bi si akan de manimu ya say ontimi nya fit in time. Now story ne ba bonte ne kin Madrid fans no obia e kire na adwen ebi mumpokra say ya say Dinhausen oba big games yi say wonya suspension and ye injury enti omu nche de hu no big games mu obia e kire na adwen say Asensio kro say wentimi anya fit in time Asensio be si akan a Barcelona betumi atwa fa Real Madrid so a lot of air comments and commentaries na e koso by kin no kre wom ne say if it is a Dinhausen ebe pie mo Real Madrid bobu ko ni Akrana settle very well. We adapt it very well. And I say under Alonso, ne style of play no. Dinhausen at siya because Alonso per center backa. Oyo obia obetima progressive ball no. Alonso per center backa. Obetima carry ball no. Obetima initiate attack. And if it is a Dinhausen share Real Madrid set up him under Alonso no. O per center back backwa. Say oh yeah first 11 now betimi don say su waka say ono de obesha ase ne Dinhausen because ne profile no suit Alonso style of play ne pepepe enti say wa baba be ye key e de ma Alonso and Real Madrid boboku like say in case say ne ho ntimi antoni in time na wentimi ensi akan wo classico ni ma me ne Madrid mpanyimfo ye adwen say e momon risk no e momon pro mo ho enye se chenchina ye nwo ne paniema ne nkobo last season e bi to Real Madrid boboku se ubekaya Rudiger na we prapa na Rudiger be here time so obetina fie na wetimi dia recover na wetimi asa gaining his strength any energy nim Rudiger benam se na Real Madrid ewo injury crisis Militao ACL David Alaba no we planning no e for say Real Madrid mpanyimfo say Abranti fence Rudiger na ekwan bia so de bia na wase yetima ne kobobo no e affect Rudiger because na nko hia rest no otimi dia recover wetimi recover do 100%. But Real Madrid for say chenchina Abranti no enfensi akan e affect Abranti fence Rudiger. But what check this season akin Real Madrid dey compete with La Liga, UEFA Champions League or compete e Super Cup no asa compete with Copa del Rey. After the season I say Madrid about just 10 games the entire season. Season in Kobebia. Miji tumu se Clasico ni here Real Madrid for pa. Miji tumu se last season the Barcelona the year Real Madrid no. Madrid person omo ti omo ho. Enti se ube share Barcelona, ube try se ube nya u players ni na so be available for selection. By Ken. Nan say e players no mu pra. Omo pra omo ba ya no ma say nya setback because omo nya time to recover. Enti se we check matches do Real Madrid about this season na yen ko ba bia. So we try ye now correct Dinhausen against Barcelona. Now okonya setback. Now after the okotena fie acha. O share the bigger picture now. E betima affect Real Madrid season no. It is just one match and e be define Real Madrid season no. me jitum say Madrid etimisha Barcelona omani beje but we check the number of matches that Real Madrid fo anim na we check season baby ayenko baby na opera na brantie na nya fit na wo se chenchina ye classic wo de ni kwa akosi akan okonya setback na at a long ground bigger picture no okotena future emfaso be na wo so enti to me meni mpanyimfo ne ya adwen say Dean Housen enye fully recovered na onye fully fit a emomo risk ne mfa ne nkosi akan against Barcelona omo ntwa the bigger picture na brantie ne ntina fie no ntimi recover no onye fully fit no ntimi ebo Real Madrid bobuku no eni so omo pre omo se chenchina ye Dean Housen ekosi akan against Barcelona okonya setback a ebe ye big problem e de ma Real Madrid bobuku no anopa obe ye story bi about Caicedo say Chelsea mpanyimfo say Caicedo ni ye untouchable no mo nyoma dwen dakra say Caicedo no omo beton no sesi a no mo Chelsea mpanyimfo ni mpokra no ma decide say abrantie no ombema na improve contracts no wetimi atena Chelsea bobuku because ni age enfa ho say abrantie ni change ni agents no ene ni agency no Chelsea fo ogidie say Caicedo ni ye happy e wo Chelsea a embo omutirimu da say wo so omutimi so omo ton abrantie no ken Caicedo no ne contracts ebewu 2031 osa o 1 year option e de ka ho bi na oje £150,000 a week na Chelsea decide so mema improve contract a ni siko mbe so msa de ka ho no ebetimadu Enzo Fernandez mu die ni bi ewiase bi bietimi si wo wiase football so sa na bibia betimasie obi adwen timi sisa just a second by imprempre ya ye kase ken minim die besi a Chelsea be ya o madwen so mo ton Caicedo mi hu se besi mi jitum se nipa sisa na adwen by imprempre ya me no kase minim die besi a be kase met se Chelsea si o ton Caicedo there be because Chelsea so person build a team for the future no mutimi dominating English football no mutimi ba Europe be dominating and say who build the team the first thing I was will consider you say who key players who betima maintain our players no team nim so person build a strong and a formidable side if it is a Caicedo free Brighton e be share Chelsea setup nim no okay next season ye say ne uko Chelsea team nim na uka say uka key players uboko Palmer the next player be team ye Caicedo net me grow to the level say ye ka key players our Chelsea setup nim a untimi mbo nyini di mfa film. It is also we Chelsea now person building a formidable side. Now they compete the likes of Manchester City, Liverpool. Now they buy Europe. Now the big giants never compete there. You key players near Tom say. So the first reason why I mean when they say Chelsea ebe jai Caicedo any possible any many muyano. Say team na Chelsea person building no Caicedo key It is said your work catcher me say ne yes Chelsea be jai ko pa manako. Chelsea intimi jai ko pa mama nko say the same thing applies to Caicedo because oye key at the Chelsea team on person building. The second thing I be consider the current form of Caicedo. Say uko ewiase nyina na wo ka defensive midfielders omo form omo ti omo role na say Caicedo e ka ho bi. Say obstructive midfielders na wo say uyi top 5 obstructive midfielders currently omo form untimi mbo nyi Caicedo fan free. And opada metie o statistics on Caicedo out the top 5 major leagues in Europe. And as it stands now, there is no single player. As it stands now, top 5 league, why most tackles as in Caicedo, most interceptions as in Caicedo. It shows the current state and the form of Caicedo. And to you about to say Chelsea, now a player currently he's one of the best midfielders we are saying. I know also Ujano. Let's not forget all 23 years old. Apart from the form, a Chelsea present no or. And at 23 years, no, obey my ball at the highest level the next 5 years, or say your future. And our coach Chelsea team currently say now, the impact on and off the pitch. It is a who considers our factors when you can make a extremely difficult. So we will convince me say Chelsea be jai Caicedo or your one player or your Chelsea players or dom akuma sunibi. There is no way as it stands now. Say Chelsea be jai Caicedo. So we jai mu an Chelsea for home by your mama until say Caicedo na beka say Chelsea no mimbo bi na say obi di eskebia untimi and rejected by as it stands now Caicedo so free Chelsea no I don't see say possible. Omo kobusa Eric Garcia our Barcelona team nim nyina say players our Barcelona nyina no one pan na underrated and ye nyina nim say player ba ko ye underrated power Barcelona ye Eric Garcia But Ken, Yabusa Eric Garcia said one year underrated was Barcelona setup. Or say a Frenkie de Jong. I know you underrated was Barcelona. Now, a dear way mintiasi. For Monday, ebesine. Every single player of Barcelona piano can in some of Mukafa Frenkie de Jong on the mama. Because I would check it. And some uncle for trophy Frenkie de Jong. Now, the Barcelona players in the coaches snake for Frenkie de Jong entirely. It seems that Barcelona coaches and players no the own of Frenkie de Jong no and yes and supporters no do no. It seems I say Barcelona fans be home is a Frenkie de Jong no ne level ni any strosa. But we say players no moon is a brand any ball no bon e was so pay. And so what na say now relax it. Now we have factual and critical analysis ah. Obeti the reason why Barcelona players name for Frenkie de Jong offensive form. The reason why Omoka so here underrated as a footballer de Barcelona. Under Hansi Flick. About 3 midfielders. Baku eye deep original defenders name. Mostly eye Frenkie de Jong no operate to Osaru. Ana Baku eye controller eye Pedri. Ana Baku ebo as an attacking midfielder. Either so about Dani Olmo. And also about eye Fermin Lopez. Sa 3 midfielders we ana Frank a papa friends Hansi Flick use. But Ken, the reason why I may any Barcelona players not here say Frenkie de Jong a very special player. Ni role na obono. Se wadwemu mbra untimi mbosa role. Because ono Frenkie de Jong and original defenders name Barcelona ye build up on the first contact was the defenders ne locate. Frenkie de Jong ne operate as a deep playmaker. Ono and a better ball from the deep. Now connected players on one him ho. And to say who operate was a rule. Now wadwemu ndo. Positional awareness very poor. Vision very poor. Say so be ball. And the moment I lose ball the pressure about team so. By say Frenkie de Jong see I can know who game this one. On the entire Barcelona setup ni na so me who game this so. Mostly, my main use on game against a Newcastle and Fanye case study. Ye ball Newcastle game ni re no. No be about Pedri mabaso no cre Pedri ni dim ball nebo. By Ken anytime be a Frenkie de Jong be any day biano. The entire Barcelona team ne function because ono ana connected the deep midfield and the forward line area. Say Frenkie de Jong echo offer e affected Pedri. Frenkie de Jong echo offer affected the forward line players of Barcelona. And it's our role now Frenkie de Jong currently meaning Barcelona player a bit more operate to our role better than Frenkie de Jong. And it's Eric Garcia because the most underrated player of Barcelona Frenkie de Jong. Metinasi because Barcelona bubble game be a no yebola me yamaudin because of them when yaje. Maybe a bubble Rafinha di obey adwuma Pedri be control game no. By nipa ya dwen she dan kono so no e ya brand your friend say Frenkie de Jong. And my last story, Ebeye Manchester City, about Donnarumma. Also, your boy no settle very well. Bibi ekosuyi. Ken, Pep Guardiola is a smart coach. And reason is simple. Yenim say Pep ball playing goalkeeper. But when we say in Manchester City, I consider a lot of chances. So me consider a lot of chances. I then was a mehwehwe. I was a short stopper. Goalkeeper, it do the mu adin obe save Manchester City. When an save of the month, Donnarumma. Or buy any few opportunities and after few games no check the number of saves away. And to Pep Guardiola himself say and yes was a copy ball playing goalkeeper. But was a copy goalkeeper or bet dominating game Diamano using the hands and Donnarumma one goalkeeper again. So Manchester City bet more compete this season. Ni influence a key because saves are what do obey the Man City no. About Man City bobo.
Now only Pep with no height.
Was saying Pep. Only Pep Crabeka.
Others in bread. Now I'm going to say not here.
What?
I just was so bad.
Oh, huge. Ken, me say. Na let me continue from where Kwame didn't come on. The chassis free, you know. Na minka just a minute. Na me rami 7 more. See, me say Spain La Liga for no. They have a nice way of selling their product. The Pedri, Iniesta, Xavi comparison, no. It is good. Now, Mami Kasa Minchokin. Between 2004 to 2009, na Barcelona ya die bia na omuta dibiti Real Madrid pa. You see, those days Barcelona bought 4-3-3. Real Madrid bought the same 4-3-3. Now what do you mean? Barca betimi ahihye midfield na bia do bia 2006 Ed Milson, Deco, Van Bommel. Winger no 2 wings no na or the man midfield ababesha. Normally, ne tie Iniesta. Mami Chwade. The reason is say, you know about 4-3-3, meaning it's a midfield in a 3-3. But Barcelona always want to dominate, so there is always one extra player. In between 2006, 2007, 2008, Iniesta mostly now operating from the left wing. Ball, Achepa. Tama Yaya Toure buy, Yaya Toure na Deco, Xavi, not Iniesta go to the left wing. But what let me show you say? Pep Guardiola buy Okofa, Keita buy, or to me bought Busquets, Keita, Jabi, our midfield, Iniesta, left wing. Any game they want to dominate. Me can the studio say, what I said, Thomas Jabi, Eba, Barcelona as the head coach. No, you should Gavi as the left wing. Okay. Also, no, you should Gavi. The whole idea was to bring that Iniesta vibe. Yes, that's a game now, or boss a left winger. Ye controlling game now, or bet drop your Banfifi, but Gavi and Simia, yes, sir. Make us the studio say, you see, Iniesta was molded in as an attacking midfielder. And Obe Ropi in midfield into the attacking instinct Wonimukakra. Jabi was a defensive midfielder. You can't say go replace Pep Guardiola. And also some Bayer number 8. Into also so is cast in the mode of more of a controller. And to say see a Jumana Pedri Ayeno. Ayeno Nana Xavi Ayer those days. But what you say? Because Barcelona number 4-2-3-1, number 4-3-3. It is Iniesta and Xavi number as a double 8. But double 8, back way advanced. I told the back one dropping back. But see a Jumadi, and yes, some way and yes, a comparison. But a Jumana Pedri Ayen and not those days, not Jabi Ayen. In see, they no, but they don't look alike. In fact, they don't play alike. Bonus Sankra. But say a human dear sanity. Yeah, Ken. As some person make an some way controversial and funny, but you see, I think say Barcelona, there are lots of chaos and war. The way they communicate to their supporters. And lots of chaotic information. Opia the need about contradictory statements. The difference between Barcelona today and Real Madrid, I think, say, Madrid communicates well. A chain Barcelona. Same year. Real Madrid for almost stadium now, we see Benabao. I feel Ben almost chassis. And I feel Ben almost almost start saying, Bear 2019 more baby. And Yana movie. It took them over 4 years. Maybe what? Almost stadium no. Between 2000 to 2010. Almost annual general meeting. And Omoba said they've spent over 200 million on renovation. Into Sadia, yen copy Bosnian yen stadium ni ye, yen renovation ni ye. Into the annual general meeting, they decided it's okay, we'll go and fetch for Sika from extra sources, bank, yen koji Sika. Ken, Madrid for estimate said almost spending over 1 billion. Over 1 billion euros at the higher renovation. Ken, 1 billion, no. Bosiano mo bomu miensa. Me pasa me ka some edisia some so. Omo bo bosiani mo miensa. The first one was over 500 million. Yen koye. First phase no no. Omo ye ko no so dabi. Scanenzo. And omo san so ko bio e ko bo 225 million. And so and omo san so ko bio inti bosiana obo mo miensa. That's over 1 billion. And on the stadium. It's the same Busiabo and a Barcelona abo at this stadium. But what is the communication between the two? Madrid they are doing their own thing. Stadium no, yenya butcher ma papa ne ensi ni stadium. And the Madrid supporters ni nya butcher. And we see stadium ne come. Barcelona 2 stadium 2 years in when maybe what I can for 3 years. Problem be nesi. Madrid Eji Busiani from US companies or JP Morgan Barcelona Eji Busiani from 20 companies Ni na keka bom and over 1.45 billion and this home stadium. Barcelona there no. Omo kra no companies they say until say stadium no ombe use no. Bosiana makwaje no you don't need to pay. Inti the payment starts from the very first day Barcelona will play football there. Problem be any ho. 2 years. Oh yeah, renovation. 1 year. I think you say inka normal because Barcelona stadium no so. Eso chamber na bawo. It's a problem be no. And so communication and ye ni aba ni di la porta tam la porta se bonya boche akakakra. It is too much. I think they are not communicating right. Tell your player, tell the supporters to say, Adiana no. The stadium is huge. Eso, we need time. But as people want to do every day. Now you are subject to Barcelona stadium need to radical. Meanwhile, it is not easy. Stadium no in 2 phases. First phase, they say, on by a capacity of 27,000 and we make them go. Phase 1B and they say on by 45,000 or what omechum. Phase 1C 60,000 and one konya no my area no say your phase 2 na apatie eno na on be the apatie no esoro nkonya na ho no ma rufi ho kakra e de aka ho. That is the phase 2. That is where they are at the moment, yet they are not communicating. Communication about bontin so stadium ni area and sir, please they should communicate well. Barcelona are not behind time. They are not behind time at all. Asamba Barcelona one. Essence information no doors unti. Na hey, no Oma say case.
But the president na kasa beka so mari akado comment. You know about on the finance.
Madam Helena Font.
Yeah, Helena Font so beka so mari. Only documents in here. But the name you see I will show television so. I just say omuri.
Okay, problem my back. You see, internet me so mun communicate here no. Je no ka so mo wie no so o mo wie phase 1B. Phase 1B ni say on be nkonya mako 45,000. No mo dey host games. The idea ni say in kayenya 1B ni wie ye 45,000 ni wie a na host games. They said the Santiago Bernabeu no mo because Madrid Stadium they were playing games whilst they were doing. But omo dey no mo dey call in penyifo na njantum because omo say niam ni bi ho mo wie ye. Inti Barcelona can omaka say ye wie no na nye so omo stadium no omo wie parts of the phase but one kasa omo nchire mu ye and nchire supporters no Kema make us cho Barcelona levels hey Barcelona ton omo japade Barcelona for omo ahia hwe make us cho let me tell you the truth mama one example pen na memo because of time company do America friend is 6 streets company Ken Real Madrid 360 million. Who are Dajia? Go and Google it and read it because of time. 360 million. Says Santiago Bernabeu no. Almost so ato pata on be a premium seat near there. 360 million. Me what's a did Kent, I think said there is a Pemami 6 streets and Real Madrid. To say here. Wako Barcelona now no ye discuss VIP seat. Barcelona koton mu VIP seat. Hey Barcelona for here and blah 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 blah. See streets. They did same with Real Madrid. If I can't patch up mami pa. Oh Adaja go and read it. But Barcelona's contest is that hey omunim di omo ye because penyifo no nchira sem ni mu ye. But Madrid they communicate check the official statement Real Madrid brought in 2022. It was we are having a partnership with these people. I lie? Okay, Nyamisha Kent. And I don't know. You might go and read it. You're moving on and Kayasem. No, until they start communicating right. No problem, Libri. I say politics no dorsum. Politics no will apport you some more chain. Hey, you man, communicate to your supporters right. Anyway, Ken, share Dembele issue. No, I think the PAG should be very careful. And Rami take Gareth Bale. Bale say, Adebaku stro. Obo boni nyina ne say obebobu ewie na no akere na oni sika because what's a place ne bi nka eno nti Me can't hear and I'm saying, Papa, Gareth Bale. I feel the Matsuasi because it got to some point in time and now we just 32 million. El Real Madrid, born and now Mobi, and so not and fan who say, or better not club. Me can't hear Sisudia say footballers, no. Omudrum Pempens will be a sika over career. Miss Shamika Dembele, we see you. Yes, so achieve football, mono. We see individually a Ballon d'Or. And see, the conversation is that they say, watch a Ballon d'Or area. I was so pesicaka cradimano. At the moment, he's the highest paid player. Our Paris Saint-Germain, or 18 million. And also, see, can person with the 30. PG for 30 day. See, you move from 18 million to 30 year. Automatically, you are telling the rest of the players to say, oh, be which PG want to avoid. Because the two, even 2 years in here, PG are labor, if they have suffered very well. Say, on bet on wage bill. So because Messi, Mbappe, Neymar, Mbappe not just 72 million, Afibia. Messi not just 63 million euros, Afibia. Neymar not just 53 million euros. In fact, for 1 year, now Paris Saint-Germain wage bill 348 million. Say on match so ako 147 million. Into 2-3 years in year, a deliberate attempt to reduce the wage bill of Paris Saint-Germain. Into my year, they are okay. And nothing that Donnarumma can say, first the Caribbean count, 1 fee of Manokoi. So they have done very well. But the Akika Kono, Dembele, he's the star for Paris Saint-Germain. He's the star for the French national team. They need to manage the situation well. Okay. Now, my solution is an essay. Instead of increasing boy in wage bill, wage, a bet trigger wage bill because we'll be able to. Had then a PhD for a special bonus for winning the Ballon d'Or. And they said they know that you say which will be the Ballon d'Or. But I'm saying it's a reward for winning the Ballon d'Or because I know so announce because players they say yang in any body man Dembele. Oh, I'm here they be the fair it's when special bonus when they say when need for it's open a bush any beer because here at the end of my they've achieved a lot of success. But one bad decision, a best team nina. Because they say PhD team no, asumke wo. But send ya uja for sojano, monto market no. If they don't manage it well. I'm on pack a crown featuring for more where they say special bonus.
Okay. So what do you Mbappe went to Manjo?
There's Mbappe.
Okay. Scout be free. Anje Ballon d'Or, anje Champions League. Intimo for me. You bebe, some of the man. Bege.
Ken. Barcelona. Me hu ade bi wo Barcelona supporters ni mo. Na me feel say I was say Barca supporters ni nya abotre. E mo team no na omo ka omakoma to omo yam. Na Barcelona hwensi. There's a growing discomfort in the Barcelona supporters. Say especially after say Inigo Martinez score. Na Barcelona team no echi honum no performance. Ye hu o Barcelona boboko ni no. A lot of the supporters feel say and this is the last season na netie ken. Aye no kre. Me gitum sa. Say oh hebo no a. Yes. But statistically the Barcelona defense and yet as bad as the supporters and as some of the supporters feel it is. The only difference between the Barcelona team last season and the Barcelona now is the hopes our coach and friend is Hans Dieter Flick. Every year on the Barcelona team with the performance of modernity. Kennedy woman coming from the era of Xavi as a coach for Barcelona. Me no me no be dia tum say na Barca modern morning sheda nkonkan. In the time as Xavi ko na Hans Flick aba be take over no. A lot of the supporters don't want to almost say, Ebian Kebedi 2 years, Ebian Kebedi 3 years, and Sana, the kind of project our mobile barber building, and as a coach Hansi Flick, a barber building, a bit to me a macho, now for near Masha, and so the Ama Barcelona Bobo Koro. But when the man stepped in the club, so 2 years, any 3 years, and a man for Adrian Ken Andrew Sa stage, Debbie, or 4 team now, or Shasha, or he take the ground running. And also share Barca team no. with the limited resources and the quality available. Emma Basa side never be here win someone a strong one for that matter. It's Basa supported baby na no money GD no. Ye real season no. No ma baba G League. Aside to my G League no. They nearly got to the Champions League finals. It's a Juma na papa in the playing body in a year. Standard normal set it to honor no. And no the man Barcelona supporters ni hope sakosro. Ababa bedu sa Ameria. The performance they are seeing at the early stages of this season. Oma dwen almost a Barca team ne niam nkoyi na this year be dey dia momo. Ken. Last season Barcelona bought first 8 matches of the season. It was Spanish La Liga ni no. Na Barca had 25 goals. It was league ni mo. 25 na Barcelona ashe no. Na Barcelona conceded just 9. And it was league ni mo. Enti gidie ne be kosoro. Confidence ne be ba. Yes, nipa be nya gidie wo mumu so mo betimi aye adwuma no. Eya no kre mi gitum sa. But this season, how has the Barcelona performance been? Even amount for criticizing the defense in Yempono. Barcelona has 22 goals. It will league this season from the first 8 matches in the Spanish La Liga. 22 now, we conceded just 9. That is the last season there now. And the Barca defense now, supporters need to feel say that's bad because Inigo Martinez in the honor. Clearly. Statistics we actually say Barcelona defense ain't that bad. Say the supporters need be huno. Name the me who say Barcelona was problem anymore because goal scoring is what. Yanko shade when it comes to the goal scoring. Omo no bo anymore the Barcelona bobo Robert Lewandowski. Lamine Yamal, Rafinha. And 90 million so in an age anymore last season. This season, omo that's what hono me no correct. But at dear Barca I had the front three of Barcelona this season. Inconsistencies due to injuries. And yes, will be former teko. And also be Jeremiah won't be more. Debbie. Nemo my dear, how Mokasia pa ye pra. Rafinha prakaka. Onyamba back. Lamine Yamal prakaka. Eba back. Essence will be prayer. A fein or say Baba back. I heard you wait to be Barcelona. Robert Lewandowski so Ebo kakra na. The next game no because I was a coach and tried to manage the situation be. And in Yama Bakum, you know, looking at the age. Etiano and I contributed to Barcelona Bobo no. Goals in there what when you move on. It's all the coach has to do. And they say players need to be racing fast, fall from time. No matter if no matter see a career Barcelona Bobo no. So we to me yes idea no. Now share numbers there available this season. First 8 matches of the season in the league compared to last season, the first 8 matches in the Spanish La Liga. Then clearly Barca team ain't that bad to say their supporters need be who no. From last season at this stage, no more 21 points will league anymore. This season, 19 points, and you're just 2, and I'll drop it. So I didn't who be here. Barcelona Bobo. They just have to do 1 or 2 things right, and they are going to get back to the Barcelona we saw last season, or probably even do better. Ken, the managing director for Borussia Dortmund, Akasa, na last reckon, as a player now a friend in Nico Schlotterbeck. Omon pray omon say chinchina on renew the contract. And I say on extending the contract and Fama Borussia Dortmund. Name play and infant to the team say sa issue we so nya de be drag ya che. Then it means say Abraham say chinchina na say kakra bia. Omo for forget no ma play another player. E no credit me gitum say say planning ahead. Say player near ready to be extend the contract. I was so sure him. Now promo mo betimi aba be show no ma be see akan dia ma. But the posture and manner the MD spoke, it looks like say before anymore. But we are say talent management, and you before the manage talent. Debbie, there are certain players. I be obe ha adwene kakra. There are certain players that basically be home command. Obe ha adwene kakra, obe tete o kakra. But I say we now botere man because so obe MD na obe nya fans. Ye be bo aba so say we rain. Team ne niam akon kind ma omo a. Ni ye bold ni ye bo aba so a. Yeah, more about just because of what you are behind the scenes, Debbie. And Juma players never your park so. Trophies or more budget, include on budget, and on the Benham for who and be known to one in Benyam. And how to manage talent, different from managing any other thing. And Reckon is a former footballer. He should know some of these things. Player now you do the home command. There are offers on the table and so. And the chamber we shall not mondiano. Can I call any car or GCC as we speak? 4 million euros. I say almost extend the contract now. Almost double the sika na dia mano. They are called 80 million euros. Look at some of the central defenders in Europe. How more din? Any ball almost body sika omoje. Nation Nico Schroeder back there, compared to the money, 4 million euros are Oji or Borussia Dortmund. If they are offers a beba, if you are on beba, monetary wise, say I have to buy money keeper. That is a Liverpool now open. Now what the Barcelona team and all these clubs financially almost some more thing. A chain Borussia Dortmund. How more better me a more than what Diano? How they mark what I say here. Aside financial issues, no trophies are player budget. I remember more you do when it comes to trophy winnings. Clubs winning now being crew aje a chain Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund is here. And it's a standard no. So better me the Champions League says here. So better me even the Bundesliga. Says here, looking at the kind of a Juma company, and about Munich air. And this all person keep it talent, no see a kind of mawa. I was so quite a fast approach situation, no what me a call me play and down, no I extend the contracts in the amount. And yes, I are. Obo we are the contract in June 30th, 2027. Cash in on the player, the man in Koran to do Sika, if I show bottom. Can Kakebi on Martinelli? Waka Simbia for Ateta. Na or say, Ateta boy or no. Martinelli as a player. Or no na man ene obaba be a better player. E wo Arsenal bobo ko ni mo. Ade ba ko Ateta ye. I am a lot of the Arsenal players are respecting so much. And they say most of these players almost see a kind of Arsenal no, with no disrespect. Ken. Omo ba Arsenal no mo big players. Mikel Arteta and Sano. And what transforming these players to the kind of level they are. Bukayo Saka, Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes. These were players are not unknown. Martinelli was bought from a second division in Brazil. Player who see a kind of second division of Brazil. People don't know saying the behun. But Oba Arsenal 2018-2019, Ateta buy in 2019-2020, and or transforming player man a big boy into such a person. He feels highly indebted to a coach friend is Mikel Arteta. And say Oba Papa Nabasu and all Arsenal bobo him because we be at the Mawa. Manipani who said, "You know, your man when you saw." Men keep him mute. Na chine bi nipa ni won ma ba beka. Debi Arteta has played a vital role in the life of these players. And I am a descend ne omo cardiac coach in any munyam.
Martinelli.
Yes.
He is an international player.
Yes.
Okay.
About Brazil national team.
From second division.
From second division of Brazil.
Because I'm far any stories in Biggie ever to also the